dashing through the snow. It was a frosty holiday in Sunny Patch. Miss Spider, Squirt, and Bounce had been visiting their friend Mrs. Websley. "Thanks for the hollyberry cake," called Miss Spider as they stepped out into the chilly afternoon air. "Sniff, snip. Can we have some cake right now, Mom, please?" begged Bounce. "I think we'll save it for after dinner, Bounce," laughed Miss Spider. "Right now we'd better get crawling so we get home in time for our family holiday feast." "Look," yelled Squirt happily, "it's snowing." "Yay, more, more, more snow," Bounce cried as he lapped up snowflakes with his tongue. "Well, let's not wish for too much snow, boys," Miss Spider warned, we won't make it home, or we won't make it back tonight." The boys stopped in their tracks. What if they missed their holiday feast? Squirt had a great idea. "I know how we can get home faster," he said, tugging a big dried leaf out of the snow. "Hop on, Mom," laughed Bounce. With the leaf as their toboggan, the three bugs sailed over the snowy hills with a whoosh. "Woohoo!" cried Miss Spider. Sliding onto a frozen pond, the toboggan spun out of control. "Look out!" Squirt shouted. "I can't steer." They landed headfirst in a snowbank. "That was fun," Bounce giggled, shaking off the snow. "But I'm dizzy." The snow fell harder and harder. "Do you think we'll make it home in time, Mom?" asked Squirt nervously. Just then the wind sent Bounce flying through the snowy air. Miss Spider barely managed to catch him before he blew away. "Never mind home," she declared with a shiver. "We need to get out of this storm." Back at the cozy hole, everyone was worried about the missing buggy travelers. "I wish they were here," Shimmer said sadly. "Holiday isn't the same without them." "Holiday is a time to be jolly," Grandma Betty reminded her. "Let's put some bright red berries all around the door to welcome them when they arrive." Miss Spider and her boys were slowly crawling through the storm when a terrible stink filled the air. Squirt wrinkled his nose. "Ew, what's that smell?" he gasped. Bounce sniffled into the breeze. "It smells like Stinky," they both cried. "Come on in and warm your antenna by the fire," Stinky called as he popped his head out of a hole in the snow. Outside the wind howled, but inside Stinky's hole it was nice and toasty. "Have some garlic soup, extra stinky," he offered. "It's Grandma Smelly's secret recipe." "Why, Stinky, how thoughtful," Miss Spider coughed, her eyes watering as she tasted a spoonful. My, it is quite strong." Everybody was quiet after they finished eating. Miss Spider and her boys were no longer cold, but they were still homesick. "I have an idea," Stinky said brightly. "Do any of you know the Jolly Holiday song?" "We do," Bounce and Squirt yelled eagerly. Stinky played his xylophone and sang the familiar carol. Everybody felt cheery again. A little while later, the bugs popped their heads outside. The snow had stopped. "I think we can head out again," said Miss Spider. "Jolly Holiday, Stinky," Bounce and Squirt called. "Thank you for taking care of us during the storm," said Miss Spider, giving Stinky the holly berry cake. The little family was on its way home again. They shivered as the sun sank below the horizon. The thorax is totally frozen," said Bounce. "It's too dark to go any further," said Miss Spider sadly. "We'll have to stop here for the night." All of a sudden, a faint glow appeared in the night sky, growing brighter as it sparkled through the snow. Flint the Firefly whizzed overhead. "Snabber Dark when Flint is here," he called. "I'll light your way home." "Hooray, Flint!" Squirt cheered. Bounce was so excited that he could not stop bouncing. "Here you are, folks," said Flint, as they arrived at the cozy hole. "Thank you for being our guide, Flint," Miss Spider said with a big buggy smile. "Jolly holiday." Everybody exchanged bug hugs as the wanderers climbed into their warm and welcoming cozy hole. "So good to be home," Squirt sighed. Now we've been even more to be jolly about," said Holly. "Let the feasting begin." The Snug and Snuggly Bugs sang a joyful song as they gathered round the table. This will be their jolliest holiday feast of all.